Are we working? Is everything working? Hello? Oh, wait. Working. Sorry, I hate doing this. Anyways, hello guys, welcome back to another stream. Today we are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Just so you know, I have seen or heard nothing of this game. Abs, I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea what you guys are going to expect, obviously. I have no idea what's going to happen. And so I'm heading straight into the absolute nothing. And yes, this is the Ultra Deluxe, the new one. This time I picked a perfect time to do it, unlike FNF. Begin the game. Never the end is never the end, never gonna give you. The end is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Nice, and I don't care.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
Nice, it was
he
a
sat
simple
at his
job.
desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
I do this all the time.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
The Stanley
He had
Parable?
been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Uh-oh.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never
Hi.
in all his years at the company
Hi,
had this
Stanley.
happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
I hope this isn't a
Shocked,
horror game.
Frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I'm doing things. Hold up, sorry. On my screen, I need to move it up. Right, resume the game. Begin the game again? No. I'm up. I'm up. Hello. It's like an ice map. I just tap it and I slide. Slide to the left. I pick things up. I don't know any of the controls. As I said, I've never seen anything. 429 is gone. Did they leave? Yeah, they locked. I can click. Left
All of
clicking.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It means that they
Stanley
left
decided
early.
to go to the meeting
were
room. Perhaps he
sick.
had simply missed a memo.
No offense, but where is this meeting room? I'm just gonna keep going down the hallway.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I did enter the door on my left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay, I passed by it. Oh, no, this is it.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This reminds me of Dude Stop. I'm just not
Stanley
gonna
was so
listen to
bad
him.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What was that? I don't know if it's just like sound effects, but like I heard like a rumbling noise. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Listen, like, I know I wasn't following rules at first, but like, I don't want to get a game over.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
He's talking
I'm not
to
your
me.
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Ooh, here comes the lore.
Please,
Game theory
stop
coming
trying to
here.
make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Yeah, because I know who her is.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who the heck is she? Am I supposed to go ahead or into... I don't think I'll be able to go in there. That's so scary. Oh, no. Oh, heck no, heck no, no. A black empty door? Oh my gosh!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
I hate
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Is this a horror game? My gosh! I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Nice.
All right.
Are you in here?
Okay, there
No,
we
I'm
go.
427, aren't
All right,
I?
now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Alright, never mind. I'm out. I'm out. Z?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Cute.
Look at him there, pushing buttons,
What
doing
the heck?
exactly what he's told to do.
Did this change
Now
or was
he's
just rendering
pushing a
in?
button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
R.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
That's
The
one way to
thought
think about it.
excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
What the?
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets.
How did that even happen? I was staring right here and it appeared.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
No, there
But
was
he won't
just a...
listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
It's gonna be like W. It's gonna switch to W. I'm not doing it. Should I be pressing it? This is a long pause. I feel like I'm supposed to press it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. Well, I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Sometimes if I wait,
and
something
I tried
happens.
again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Die?
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What just happened?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's a meeting room this way?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's not a horror game, so I'm just gonna keep going.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Gosh, I have no idea. Hold up. Give me a moment. Sorry. Alright. Uh-oh. Okay. Should I go here? I'm gonna go this
Stanley
way.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Is he gonna say the same thing?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
Yes,
we've gotten
yeah,
off on
it's
the
a-
wrong
did
foot
the-
here. I'm not
what
your
happened?
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every
can.
decision by yourself. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I don't know if I should have done this full screen.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley
The red
walked
pill and the
through
blue
the
pill.
red door.
I hate this. I hate decisions. I hate decisions. Red normally means bad. Blue normally means good. Blue is fun? Ooh, I love blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yeah, blue is fun. And I can't go back. Alright, that makes sense. Is blue still fun? Blue is still fun.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Buddy, if you don't want there to be a blue door, don't even make it exist. Still
All right,
very
fine. Go
fun.
ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Yeah,
You
very
see?
fun.
There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did.
I'm
And in the
scared
end, it
it's
was
gonna
all for
break and I'm
nothing.
gonna
Because
fall.
this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
Yes.
Skill trees?
Heck yeah.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
You know what? I just kind of want to not. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're serious. Should I? You know what? I don't even
A
know.
1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge.
I like this. It's like dude
Here,
stuff.
based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And
Already?
To be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Leaderboard. I wonder if this is an actual leaderboard. No. To get the correct word. Anyways, oh, we're back here. So this one will lead into whatever room he made. I already know what's in there. And that's the correct path. He wants me to go in these two, but I've already been in here. He said it's a new version. He wants me to go in there. He wants me to go in there, so I'm gonna go in here.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Yeah, I want to walk through many doors.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the
Hold
fire...
up. I need to get my auto clicker out. Don't worry, nothing will happen that bad. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Hold up. We'll make him go through the wall. It's the perfect idea.
You fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Easy. Easy. I'm not even putting my hands on the keyboard. Or my mouse. Sorry, I meant my mouse. Just chilling here. I'm just gonna wait. I know. Someone should make a remix of this. Later. What if what? What if? I hope you don't mind. I'm just gonna take a quick look around. Alright. Ooh, actually, yeah, that would be a good science experiment. Good thinking.
You heartless bastard.
You actually expect
me to go for 4 hours? Because you hate babies, or purely to spite me?
Purely to spite
because if
you.
It's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely
I mean,
out
to
of
be honest, they
ideas.
look
I
pretty
can't think
fine.
of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
No problem.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
First-person shooter, we have Mario.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Legend of Zelda.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
No! It's realistic Minecraft! Did you hear that? If you're watching the stream, play it back. Play it back to where the door opened. Listen to that sound effect. Oh my gosh. No, it's Minecraft, but with realistic settings. That's what it is. No. It's realistic Minecraft. I need my diamond axe. I'm gonna head to the nether really quick. Find some netherite. Yes, exactly.
No, it can't be.
It can't be?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions.
It's
no
like
path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
There's a gap right
out
here.
Of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
This game's just teasing me.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Rocket League! This is
Wonderful.
what I'm talking
See,
about.
this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in.
I'm supposed to
There's
have a car
any
here.
possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Dude, I have no idea how they did this. Did they have to recreate this? Did they get
Okay,
permission?
so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
If I
There are
play
lots of
Rocket
cars here in
League.
the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
If they
We shall
actually...
run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
They actually have the Rocket League ball. It's Rocket League! Meow! I can't jump. I can just hit it. It's Rocket League! Dude, I need... It even says it. They're not even trying to hide that it's Rocket League. They literally know it's Rocket League.
Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Yes, actually.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience.
Please.
I'm going to try it out.
Here
comes another
Do
ball.
it. Yes!
Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it?
Yes, it
Stanley,
does.
I'm
I
like
want
a
to
child in
score.
a
I want to see if they have the
confectionery
Rocket League
shop.
score
I simply
thing,
have to have
too.
more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
Aw, they don't have the... Oh no!
What are you doing?
I didn't mean to fall! Where am I? This place is scary,
Stanley,
too.
don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that.
I didn't... This is great. I mean, this is fantastic. But now I'm scared. Man, I kind of wanted to do the Rocket League. That was what we call good. Oh, what kind of a game is this? Does anyone know what game I'm playing right now? Is this just a messed up version of Stanley Parable? I'm keeping my head down. It's security breach. It's the security breach. FNAF, Freddy Fazbear. Why is there light there now?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
What if I just say no? Am I just staring here? I clicked and now I'm loading.
All of his
Say it.
co-workers were gone.
Yep.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You say if I just wait, sometimes things happen, but like... I'm gonna
This
see if
was
I can
not
find
the correct way to the
another...
meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No.
Wait in the lounge.
Stanley
right?
knew it was something deeper. Something darker.
I'm always up for new things. There's a clock ticking. It actually works.
Yes. Really, really worth it being here in the room.
Yep.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously
Hold up.
vanished,
I think once
here
this
you
hits a
sit looking
minute,
at
because
these chairs
it's
and
like
some
actually kind of
paintings.
a loud sound
Really
effect.
worth it.
But I think once it hits like the next minute, I think something's gonna happen.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why
I just
everyone
want some
left.
cola. It's only $1.25. Not that. Well, actually, that's kind of expensive. But coffee.
Stanley sat around waiting for
Number
more
one,
dialogue.
Dad.
But when a long time had passed and there was no more,
Other
he
things.
decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
To be honest, dude, I haven't listened to like half of the things you said. Give me some coffee. Should I just wait longer? I'm just gonna wait. See what happens at the next minute on this clock. Yeah, he's not saying anything. I'm gonna go.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Should I take it? Not sure. You know what? I'm gonna go in here and see if I could take another platform.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm gonna head down there and go through that door. If only there's another way down there.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Let's go.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Thank you. I'm just gonna keep doing that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I wish I could
Stanley
pick up the
decided to
pace
go to
like
the
in
meeting
Rocket
room.
League.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
And there's so many endings.
Stanley was so bad at following directions,
I'm just
it's
going to
incredible
keep
he wasn't
falling
fired
off.
years ago.
Again, splat!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
We're back. We're gonna do it again.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
That's new dialogue.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business.
There's some
Stanley
different
took the
dialogue.
first open door on his left.
Did I say nay?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Splat!
In his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think it was just different dialogue. I'm not sure if...
When Stanley came to a set of two open
I'm gonna
doors, this was
splat
not the
again.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I was kind of
The
hoping.
lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley
was
took the first
wondering
open door on his left.
If there might be an ending here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
I'm excited.
well.
I
Perhaps
feel like
he wanted
there's
to
going to be
stop by the
something
employee lounge
different.
first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what
That's
to
my
do,
last splat.
Stanley leapt from the platform.
If I don't
and
get new
plunged
dialogue,
to his death. Good
then
job, Stanley.
I'm-
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I'm gonna do something else. I did it! I did something!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Something's
This was
happening.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh yeah, it's driving me
Stanley was so
insane,
bad at
but
following directions,
I
it's
want to get
incredible
this
he wasn't
this
5
ending.
years ago. But
I
in
mean,
his
like, it
eagerness to prove
changed.
that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
The next
Good
time
job,
nothing
Stanley.
changes,
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I mean, I feel like there's an ending here. Look at this. It's different.
I can't
It's
wait to tell
changing.
this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
I mean, it's different. It
When
keeps
Stanley
changing.
came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I did know.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
There's
It was
something.
okay.
I know
But
there's
eager
something.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, I did. Here I go.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible
And I'm
he
going
wasn't
off
5
again.
years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what
Something's
to
changing.
do,
I know that this
Stanley
is
leapt from the
leading
platform
towards something.
and plunged to his
It's
death.
like...
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
It's boring, but it's changing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
How come something happens and then it goes back to normal?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
He's still saying it was okay, though.
But eager
Clearly
to get
something's
back to
happening,
business,
right?
Stanley took the first open door on his
Walk
left.
onto the platform. Wouldn't the door close?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Oh, like this?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him
Sorry,
what to do...
I know what you
Stanley
meant.
leapt
I
from
was
the
just thinking
platform
that I should have
and
let it
plunged
move
to
a
his
bit.
death.
But then I
Good
plunged to
job,
my death.
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Hold up. I know what you
Just
mean,
a
though.
step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
I mean, clearly this is leading to
But
something. I
eager
just
to
have
get
to
back to
do
business,
something.
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What do you mean? Like... Apparently... How? How? I need assistance using my brain.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet.
Yes!
Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back.
Good.
You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time
Maybe I should have let
thought
the dialogue
everyone had gone
finish.
missing.
That's what I'm gonna do.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
Maybe
But
what I
eager to
think...
get back to business, Stanley
What
took
I
the
think
first
I should
open
have
door on
done...
his left.
I think I should have waited for the dialogue to finish or
Stanley
something.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back.
Maybe
You'd
I
best
land
either
like
get
on the
comfortable
boxes
on
right
this
here.
platform,
Maybe that's
or
what I do.
test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
I'm gonna try landing on the boxes.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong.
Yeah,
How
I had to wait
clumsy
for
of
the
me.
dialogue to finish. Different? It's different.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I did.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I know what I'm doing. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Stanley
I'm
was so
getting there. I'm
bad at
getting
following
there.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired
Should I do it
years
again?
ago. Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
I'm gonna try and see how far I can
Come
go.
on. I'm sure you'll survive. Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me. The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be.
That's a new
Stanley
dialogue.
just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
I
But
know
eager to get back
there's
to
something
business,
here.
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right
if
here
it's
on
that
this
truck?
platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below.
I
You know
think
what?
that
Looking
truck.
at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it. Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
I know. It's leading somewhere. I'm telling you, it is. There's something I'm
When
supposed
Stanley
to do.
came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took
there's
the
gotta be
first
something
open
here.
door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do you think I can make that jump?
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it. Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
There's something there I bet you can do.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
I know this is boring, but like, well,
But
for
eager
you
to
guys,
get
but like,
back
I
to
feel like
business,
this is going
Stanley
somewhere. I
took the
feel like it
first
is. I
open
feel like
door
it
on his
is.
left.
I'll be the first person to achieve falling
Stanley
off
was
of
so
a cliff
bad
a
at
billion
following
times.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Did anyone like
Well,
memorize
look who's
those
got
things
cold
that
feet.
they
Sorry
said?
to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back.
Cereal,
You'd best
coffee
either get
beans. Like,
comfortable
I
right
wonder
here
if
on
it
this
has to do
platform,
with what I
or
need to
test your
do
luck by jumping
to
the
get
floor
down
below.
here.
You know what? Looking at
I'm gonna
it
take a
now,
look at
it's
the
not that
things
far to the
around
bottom
me.
floor. I bet you can make it.
This door. Wait, this door leads
Come
down.
on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know.
I'm just gonna
Do
let
it,
more
do
dialogue
it,
go
do it,
and
do it,
see
do
if I
it, do
can
it.
find things. Let's see. It seems like he knows that I want to fall down here, so I'm gonna do that.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me. All of his
call?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I feel like
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
first open door on my left. I can't
Stanley
count,
was so
so
bad
don't
at
blame
following
me.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
maybe I do it off of the platform? Like, onto, like, the truck? Should I try that?
Look,
I'm
Stanley,
gonna try
I think
that.
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I don't care.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Should I actually take the left?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Hey,
decided to go to the
I'm
meeting
gonna
room.
go left.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Because, like, clearly something was happening. Different things were happening.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What if I don't go up?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I walked. Sorry, I don't know my ups and downs. Oh no. You know what? That's a bit scary. The broom closet? What about it? I can't go back now. Does the broom closet have something? Or I'll go there. I don't know if I should go down or not. You know what? I'm going.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself.
I don't like
this.
this. He's
All
reading
too
my
strange.
mind.
This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
It's all becoming muscle memory
So he
now.
closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
I lost where I am. My muscle
Everything will
memory
be
ended.
fine. I am
I can still
okay.
move. Back we go.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
He
entered
said
the
to
door
go in the
his
broom
not the direct
closet.
way to the meeting
You
room,
know what
and
I'm
Stanley
doing.
knew it
I'm going in the
perfectly well.
broom closet.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
The reason why I'm
lounge
taking
first,
this
just
path
to
is
admire
because
it.
I don't want to mess up
was
and
okay.
make him happy.
But eager
No
to
one's
get
allowed
back to
to be
business,
happy here.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No one.
And so he detoured through the maintenance
I feel like I
section,
could go
walked
down
straight
there.
ahead to the
Yeah, I
opposite
know.
door,
Broom
and got
closet.
back
Yes,
on
the
track.
broom closet. What? Broom closet's over here.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Is the
Feeling
broom
a
closet
wave of
back there?
disbelief,
No, the broom
Stanley
closet.
decided to go up to his boss.
Yes.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was
Close the
nothing
door.
here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nah, there's something here. I'm staying. No.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
You're right.
No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
I wasn't.
At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
What is FA?
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes, actually.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Because this is
Please
entertaining.
offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely
Just as
confused.
entertaining as Rocket League. Oh, we hit an hour, guys! We hit an hour on the stream.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story.
Then why do you decorate it? Why do you decorate it then?
I never would have thought to mention it.
Hold up, auto clicker.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Yes, it is.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
Dude, the broom closet ending was
friends find this concerning.
great. My favorite ending. I'm actually gonna go say that to people.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Okay.
He probably only got the job because of
That's
a
your
family
opinion.
connection. That's how stupid he is.
That's your
All the
opinion.
drug money. Also, Stanley
Hey.
is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Alright, I wonder if I should have, like, see if this was... Hold up. Dude, the broom closet ending was amazing. It was so much fun. Boom, see? He's not talking about it anymore. See, it's magic.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Come on, there's gotta be something here. Is that really it? Did I sit in here all that time? Just to do nothing. But do it. Trust, stay? Okay. I'm assuming you've seen the game, so I hope you know what you're doing here. Leave. It's very conflicted. It's the broom closet. Oh, he's gonna say something. Go out for just a second. Oh.
Ah, so you too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
Oh yeah,
A fish?
there is.
Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Alright. Fine. You want to pick up the story? Fine. Should I go up? I've been in there for like more than like 7 minutes. You know what? I'm gonna go in here, start heading up the stairs, like wait until he gets the first dialogue. Oh wait, but then I can't come back. Right, farewell broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait a second. Why am I able to leave it open? Oh wait, okay, now it's locked. That makes sense. And, oh. Oh, look at that. I have a cursor. I'm gonna grab a gun. It's gonna become a first-person shooter. Down. What was that? Wait. There are words. Is that just a narrator vibing? This isn't going anywhere, is it? As soon as I press up, I'm immediately gonna arrive back to where I hecking just was.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
Phone's getting
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Whoops. Sorry. Let me do that again.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input
Whoops,
anything
sorry,
on the device
sorry.
was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Nope, sorry. I keep misclicking. Apologies. Oh, sorry. I accidentally double-clicked.
2845.
Oh, sorry. Wait, what was it again? 2841? Dang it, I can't remember. 28...
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story.
Hey.
Well, whoop-de-doo.
Nothing happened. What opened? Oh. That. No. And this game got scary all of a sudden. Ah, you heck. Well, there's nowhere to go except what the arrow says. Wait, what? Oh. I thought I was gonna fall into the void. Down. Wait, no. Ugh. I'm loading. Oh, it's different.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Yeah.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Unless.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
Yeah, silly you.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
When something fun needs to happen, make something
Here we
fun.
are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Ah. Should I just keep going down and up?
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I'm gonna go down. Now what is finally not in here? I'm gonna head back up really quick. I think I forgot my keys.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
No, I don't think it's either of those. I think it's the boss's office. I'm just gonna check and see if the door is unlocked. I mean, I don't even know what to expect at this point.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
Oh my gosh.
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
Okay. Wait. Okay. I mean, I might as well do this quickly.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No!
Yeah, this is...
No, wait!
This is a
No.
really cool...
I need more time
place.
to process.
Anyways, what I was going to say, the Discord's in the description. You can join the Discord and subscribe and like.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Man, that place is so cool.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before.
Yeah.
I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Yay, we're here! This place looks unfamiliar. I wonder what's in here. You're gonna say nothing this time. I just want to say we loaded into there faster than before.
You know what?
What?
I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator.
Oh my gosh.
But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much
Do you
more
guys have any idea
exciting?
what
You
could
know,
be up
Stanley,
here?
It seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible.
Hold
They
up.
want big,
I'm gonna turn down my
explosive
audio
moments
really quick.
flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate? And
Are
then
you
to
sure it'll be the
marvel at
office of the boss?
eventual reveal?
I don't think it's the
This
office of
is
the boss. I think
storytelling,
it's the
Stanley.
boss's
what
office.
you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I
The
mean
exact
it. This is
same?
unique and different.
I have
It's
no
not
idea
like
where we're
anything else
going.
out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up
We're
to you.
almost there. I can
Which is
see
why,
it.
though I
I
didn't
can
know
see
when to
like a
spring
light.
this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
What?
Oh, good, we're here.
The I have to say,
the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
I'm just saying, I'm not sure if this is the boss's office or the office of the boss.
Ah, yes, here it is. Just
It's
through
the
this door.
Minecraft door. It's an iron door. That actually costs a lot of iron. I wish I had that much.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll
Hold
do
up,
great.
lore,
Just be yourself
lore right
and
here.
Speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Alright, watch. Apparently the boss's office has a stage for me. I mean, I'm famous. I might be the boss. Yo, 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 what's up, everyone? It's me, Stanley! Today I'm here to give you a good old speech from this paper I can read. Yeah! Woo! Hype it up! Then I died. Really, here again. Gosh. I got so famous that I had to be sent back here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What I'm going to do.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
You know what I'm
Stanley
going
knew it
to do?
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
So I'm
But
wondering,
eager to get back to
I have a
business,
question.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Is there no ending? Are those the endings? Is what I just got an ending? And then I just get sent back to the beginning to go for another ending. Like the other ending with the woman. Or the ending where I died when I went on the belt. The little lift thing. Are all of these the ending? Is that why it says the end is never the end? Because there's no end.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Because, like, I saw this. I'm going down this.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
I gotta go left, you say. Guess I'm going left.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay, that makes sense. Sorry.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Of course.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Down into the depths of heck.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm?
Where is
Okay,
427?
from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Should I head back there.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
Wait, what?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
See, let's find the story, guys. Let's see, just where did that story go? Maybe it's right here.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Buddy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I simply missed a memo. Oh, there are no doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Back in the other direction. There's a door. Hold up. Alright. Anyways. Is this a mirror? No, no. It's another room. I don't know if that was there before. Let's head back here. Door. Nope.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Yeah.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
What was that?
You
What?
see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Alright, let's see. What's the color of that leaf right there? Could be, might be orange right there. That one's purple, and that one's yellow. Alright. Can I have the music again? I actually was kind of enjoying that.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I'm just gonna keep following the path. Is that what I want to do?
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you...
427 right down there.
More to hell with it.
Hey.
Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
Exciting.
This all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, Yes, this is exciting.
So
just
exciting.
me and Stanley forging a new
It's
path,
literally
a
just
new
a back
story. Well, it
room,
could
so
be
I'll
anything.
tell you that.
What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
It's just
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
okay. I don't even know how you did that, but it still works.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Why is there trademark after render things? Like you, it.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the
Sorry, I want to pull chat up.
opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know.
All right.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Okay. That's the confusion ending.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office? Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Aw, you hacker.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I didn't know that.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra
Keep my
Deluxe
camera still.
features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
No, just go.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
The
All right.
jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Ooh, this is really fun. Nice. That was the jump circle.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole
jump
dictionary.
circle's the
There's
best.
20 hours of new content right
Not the
there.
best ending.
Hell,
The
I
best
could
ending
count
is
30
the
trillion.
broom-
You could put that on the box.
the broom
Stanley
closet.
Parable
That one's
Ultra
the
Deluxe,
best.
now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very
Uh-oh.
good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else.
It's
Let's
gonna
see
break.
it. I'm ready for whatever it
Oh,
is.
it's not.
That's it? Oh, you've
Yeah,
got to be kidding me.
let's
You see,
go.
Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion
Yes,
to
that's what
market
they
for
needed.
no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
Wait, hold up. I want to see if that's actually true. Is that actually an achievement? Hold up. I wonder if they actually made that an achievement. Hold up. Wait, where? How can you see all the achievements? Hold up. It's an actual achievement. It's an actual achievement. You know what? I wonder if this is how I get
I'm
it.
offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Yeah, like this is the same place.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Wait, I can crouch? And I didn't know this whole time. There was a crouch system this whole time. Yeah, but by showing me something, you just wanted to reload the game. Or not. Great.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Is this an actual achievement? Don't play for 5 years.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Ooh, elevator. I have my eye on you.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley, but I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Wonder what that is. Serious room. Well, the door opens, so.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel
I
like
can
a
still
failure.
crouch.
Like
I didn't know
let
that
these
crouching
people down.
exists. That gives me a
Perhaps
lot more
the Stanley
opportunities for
Parable
endings.
isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Hold up. Alright.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and get... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer.
Here,
And my
I
God,
will
there's
press
no
it.
way out of the room. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been...
He's here. He's not even here. He's just dead. He's not even here. This is the confusion ending. I read it on like the final reset. It says the narrator leaves and Stanley dies.
they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and...
How many times can I push this button?
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
And
is
is
never
never
the
the
end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
How do I leave? There's something here, right? Oh. Huh. Something happened. Joyous day. Open ceiling. Life has grown on Earth. We've made some. Hold up, sorry, I'm pulling the chat. Man, it's gotten slow to a point. Push the button. Push the. Sorry, I'm just turning down the audio. It's very scary. It's not even up here anymore. It's oh. Yeah, everything really is fine. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's become the one thing that he didn't want it to become. An open world game. That was an ending.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was. When Stanley came to a set of two open...
Alright. I think that's it. Thank you for watching. A link to the Discord in the description. Subscribe to me and the other links in the description from their friend channels. Hope you guys enjoyed, and next stream that I do of this, I'm gonna try getting as many achievements as I can. See ya.